Hey everybody, welcome back to Battlefield. We're doing Commander mode, an updated walkthrough because I get the most questions for Commander mode. So first off the bat, first thing is press square when you're on the server browser to join as Commander, as long as you're at least level 10. And then instead of pressing X, you press square, you'll come in as a Commander. Second thing, L3. This brings up your 3D view. The reason you have a 3D view is you want to be able to see when they're on roofs, and this is the only way to do it. This will not show you, this will just show you where the enemies are, but not what level they're on. R3 zooms in. I like to be zoomed in all the time. Now the second question I get is the cursor here for how to select enemy targets. It's confusing because you can't snap on an enemy target like you can on your squads, you see? So if you just snap the left stick, you'll automatically go to your squads. You have to lightly move the left stick and place it over the enemy cursor. See, it's a little tricky sometimes because it wants to automatically select your squads. Now, the right stick controls your view. L1 deploys your EMP assist, well, your EMP UAV. What you want to use your EMP for is that blocks your team from their minimap, and occasionally it will damage their equipment, but that's very rare. I barely ever see that. You want to use it in conjunction with R1, which is your UAV scan. Now what that does is it'll show up enemy movement on your team's minimaps. Um, the control pad itself, up and down, you see on the right side, will scan through your squads. If a squad is requesting a scan, and you'll see a little icon on the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, this is the fastest way to get there, but it will not automatically snap to your squad. Now, the thing you want to do as a commander is go onto a command point and press square, and then move the control pad up for all your squad. That will order them to go to this command point, and if they accept your order, that's an easy 10 points. Now, if you go on a squad, you'll press X, you'll pull up this menu. Evac, you'll tell them to get out of there. You can vehicle scan, it'll scan for all vehicles on the map. And the most important one is this one here. On this map, you usually have two choices. You can deploy a gunship, which your team has to fly. It'll auto fly around, but they'll get it in the gunner position, I should say. Or a cruise missile. The cruise missile is where you're going to get most of your kills as a commander. But again, some of you have been having difficulty lining up on the enemies. And as I said, it's the left stick. See, just like that, you have to line up. It's not going to snap on them. It's a little annoying, but that's the only way to highlight enemy units. So now, the promote squad gets you 25 points. You promote these squads with perks. Just snap on a squad and do that whenever you have the opportunity. It's a good way to get points. And another way to get points is with your snipers, do a supply drop for them as often as you can. You can really supply drop anyone that's a squad, but the snipers are the ones who really use up the most, it seems. And you get the most points. So we'll zoom out again. Here's your entire map. Oh, see, they're using my supply drop. Now, what you basically want to do too is try and find a map where there's no commanders, because it is a bit of a challenge when there is another commander. You have to use this right here, which is called proxy attack. I'll use it. So what that basically does is your other commander, his screen will be scrambled for 15 seconds. He can't call in UAVs or EMPs. But when there is another commander, you really want to save that for when he has a cruise missile. And right before he launches it, try and time it to use that, and it'll reset his cruise missile timer. So this one, that's the lightning bolt. That is the least used one. It's the rapid deploy. So if you have a squad who's dying a lot and you really need them to respawn fast to get where they're going, you're gonna want to hit them with a rapid redeploy. I rarely use it, except when I need to. But a good commander should be constantly scanning and EMPing where most of the action is. If you have a gunship, it's going to get shot down a lot. Keep respawning that. That will get you a lot of points. keep promoting all the time. And when you have a cruise missile, I should say, the key is to find a heavy traffic area full of enemies like this right here. See? You can't tell if they're on the roof or on the ground. You go into 3D view, they're on the ground. So where I would cruise missile would be right about this area. You just have to lightly see what I mean. It will automatically snap to the nearest squad. A lot of you guys having questions about that, if there's a way to disable that. Unfortunately, there isn't. You just have to lightly move the stick. And generally, I play on remote play on PSP, so it's a lot more difficult to lightly move the stick. But it's just the only real way to do it. There's no way to disable that. Now, generally, as you can see on the top upper left, where my little drop-down menu is, let's command our guys to go here, as an example. C is where my deploy gunship perk is. So when the enemy takes C, I can no longer deploy that gunship. So it's kind of a balance between what command points you think they should be taking and what points you're going to need to give them these perks. See, now here, H is asking for a supply drop. That's what that icon means, so we're going to drop one. And we'll get a few extra points if he manages to get it, but he died, so it won't reach him. So sometimes a lot of things on this map are going to be out of control. Like, I would like my guys to go take this command point, but we got a lot of snipers here, a lot of snipers here, and they're just going to do as they please, really. So just make sure you order your squads accordingly. If you have good squads, they'll accept your order, get you some points. If not, well, there's nothing you can do about that, really. If you're doing the right thing, you'll see at the bottom right, unanimous support. That means you're making good choices. I have eyes on a hostile soldier east of your location. Like these guys here, there's enough of them they could take command point B, but they're probably not going to. Basically, they won't have a gunship for me to drop for them until they take C. Oh, look at that. We got so many points for promoted. So that's it. Feel free to ask any more questions. It's a lot of people didn't know you could actually even play as Commander without an iPad or a PSP, but you can. I like the iPad way to play, just for the simple reason it's touchscreen, so selecting these squads is a whole lot easier. But really, ideally, the PS4 is the way to play it. And it's a good way, like I said before, the fastest way I know of to level up your guy. You don't get a lot of kills, but you do get a ton of points, and really, like I said, the fastest way to level up. So we have a vehicle scan that'll show up any tanks the enemies may have on the map. So these guys go through a lot of supply drops here, so just keep dropping them. These guys are going to need one shortly because they're sniping. We could actually drop one now. These guys probably need one sooner, to be honest. Supplies are ready to be dropped. There we go. See supply drop used. Your number keeps going up. I'll probably finish this map in the top position we won't get to that because it does take a while on this map. There's a lot of sniping going on, but generally as a commander you'll be in the top, maybe the second position. Just the amount of points you end up getting. Just keep promoting your squads.
Promotion successful.
It's always an easy 25 points. Plus with an EXP event going on, I get 50. If I added a battle pack, I would get probably 75. So it's just constant points. Someone accepted my order, that's another 20 points. Unanimous support. See, the points just keep coming every second. So you get a... We'll zoom out here. Oops, maybe I should give them a scan. You'll see the crisscross lines here. I should explain those. So the blue line is where I've told them to go, right? And the white line is where they are planning to go. They've marked the command point themselves as squad leader, but you really want to tell these guys where to go, because it's where they should be going. They're supposed to be listening to you, ideally. A lot of the times they don't, but ideally that's the point. They should be listening to you. So we're not doing very good here. We got a lot of snipers, but my points will be great. Now the one thing I didn't show you, perhaps I'll send it to this guy. He's not going to use it, but a vehicle drop. I never use these because you only get 10 points for them. You drop them like a little quad, and nobody ever uses them. If they're asking for one, it's a little bit of a pain too, because it's the very last perk you have to get on that little green bar right here. So that's, depending on how many points you get, that's what you're going to be able to give them. And it does take a while when they're not doing a good job to get it, but... So it's annoying at the start of the match when they ask for one and there's nothing you can do. So that's it. That's our revised Commander Mode walkthrough. The most important points: left stick, move your cursor. You want to center on an enemy like this guy, just lightly move it on him. And you're not going to be able to see him in that mini-map at the bottom. You can sometimes, but it's only if your guys are looking at him. See, the mini-map or the camera in the bottom is focused on this guy, and if I move too fast, see, I'll snap back to him. So those of you with heavy thumbs, are gonna have a hard time with this. Really, you just gotta be soft about it, and it's gonna be annoying because it'll snap to the command post or snap to your squad. So, especially when you have a cruise missile strike, if I wanted to strike on, say, this guy at the building, I'd have to line up a couple times. So, the only good thing about Commanders 2 is that's the only way to get a gunship when you're playing as a soldier, and you guys have the command post, and you really like a gunship, and you don't have a commander. It's a little annoying. So... But that's it. I think I'm in skill tree 1 for commander mode, so I'm doing alright. Thanks for watching, everybody.